Hello, Mid-Michigan. Welcome to High School Championship Baseball on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. The Division IV State Championship Sacred Heart Academy. Marcellus. I can actually zoom things out here for a moment as we're not in game yet. The Irish boys taking infield here at beautiful McLean Stadium at Jeff Ishbia Field at Michigan State University. I was going to say south, but I don't know what direction we are of the Red Cedar River, just beyond the outfield. You can see the berm out here in Wright Hill that I was talking about yesterday. It is a literal hill out there headed towards the Red Cedar River. They've got that berm so things don't flood here, and once we get going, it'll be scoreboard only action here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. You can see Coach Ritt down there hitting some ground balls. That's always a hidden skill I joke about, those coaches being able to smack those balls around every time they need to. But this is the Woods House, a pregame show coming to you live from our Barbary Law Studios, built by Kotwinski Construction. Saw Andy Tyson Sr., Andy Tyson Jr. coming in. If Pat Tyson's not here, I'm sure he's going to be tuning in at some point. Shout out to the Tyson family and the big support they give the Mid-Michigan Sports Network from Kotwinski Construction. I also love the Barbary Law, Gates Ruling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, the Bird All-American Grill. The only place you'll ever find this guy post-gaming is the Bird All-American Grill in downtown Mount Pleasant, and might find myself there this evening with a bit of a celebration, hopefully. I also love the Clark Modular Homes, a Wieferich financial sponsor of the Zade Bachelder Baller of the Game. I also love the Brad Malley Well Drilling, Malley Construction, J&J Auto, Blocko Pools and Spas, Kotwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, and Bryce Updegraphic, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. This Irish team has been hot as a Blocko jacuzzi, but I tell you what, I wouldn't mind jumping in a pool to cool off today from Blocko. Big shout out to them, being big sponsors of what we do here. Starting lineup for Sacred Heart Academy. We're going to talk about it after we take a short break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, we'll talk about this 37-4 Sacred Heart Academy Irish team. A record-breaking year all over the place. Talk about it a bunch more when we come back in that starting lineup. It's Irish Championship Baseball coming right up on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hi, I'm attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family. Call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary, he can be yours too.
Kotwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Kotwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Kotwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Bogwai Banga and Bradley on Main Street in Mount Pleasant provides uncompromising integrity when providing tax and accounting services to individuals and small businesses in the Mid-Michigan area. Bogwai Banga and Bradley has an expert CPA ready to help you, whether you're an individual that needs help with taxes or a business that needs help with, just about everything. Bogwai Banga and Bradley is a leader in the community and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Visit them online at bwbpc.com or stop into their office on Main Street in downtown Mount Pleasant. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291. Martinez Lawn Care knows your outdoor space is more than just a yard. It's where life happens. Martinez Lawn Care provides mowing services, yard cleanups, maintenance, and more to keep your outdoor space the best place for life to happen. Call Martinez Lawn Care today at 989-317-5536. Brickner and Bunker Farm Bureau Insurance Group is Mid-Michigan's #1 team for protecting what matters most to you. Home, auto, life, farm, business. They offer a wide variety of coverage at affordable rates with the customer service of a best friend. Visit Brickner and Buckner Farm Bureau Insurance Group on Pickard Road or visit them online at BricknerBunkerInsurance.com.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back in our Barbary Law Studios and the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Loved about Pleasant Public Schools, Martinez Lawn Care, Martinez Painting, and Martinez Cleaning, Bogwai Bang & Bradley, Powell Frame and Collision, Dick Sova Auto Sales, Brickner and Bunker, Farm Bureau Insurance Group, Balak Electric, The Diner, WW Construction, All Seasons Fireworks, Pure Plumbing, Hanging by a Thread, GNS Mechanical, and our friends at the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund. Kevin Edwards and some of the softball crew from Sacred Heart Academy not here today because they're over at the Lansing Aquatic Center in a softball tournament. You can now see Marcellus out on the infield right now taking some warm-up. And again, once this game gets started, we will be zooming in on that scoreboard. And right now, I believe we're scheduled, hoping for about a 3:15 first pitch. Sacred Heart has already done their infield. Marcellus doing their infield right now. After this, we'll have the introductions, the national anthem. Your boy will continue to get you updated here, send it out to some breaks to hear from our great sponsors as we get ready for first pitch in the Division IV state championship between Marcellus and Sacred Heart Academy. And cool numbers. And again, the Spockman math, give or take one or two here or three. But this is game 112 that your boy is broadcast live at this high school season. Also add in two from Joe Marciano. It's 114 live games on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. I've also been at, maybe 10, 15 other events, college signings, pep rallies, and what you not. Been over about 120 events this year to cover local high school sports in the Mid-Michigan area, and that's all because of those great sponsors that you hear me talking about all the time, and you see their commercials as well. So as you often hear me say, when you think about doing business in the Mid-Michigan area, think about those people that are supporting these youngsters, thus supporting this Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Starting lineup for the 37-4-1 Sacred Heart Academy Irish. Earl Hartman in his 43rd year of coaching. He's got 944 wins. He is 56 away from 1,000, which would put him in just an unbelievable class. I'd have to actually go look and see how many guys there are with 1,000 career wins when it comes to high school baseball. Leading things off for the Irish, playing third base, wearing number 3, the senior, Mr. Noah Zion. Batting second, playing in center field, wearing number 5, also a senior, Mr. Tegan Duffy. Another senior will be on the bump, number 11, Brady Davis. He'll be batting third. Junior shortstop, Nate Seiler, will be batting in the cleanup spot, wearing a number 13, playing at shortstop. Hank McDonald will be batting fifth, wearing number 9, playing at first base. Brody Cowell will be batting sixth, playing behind the plate at catcher, wearing number 1. Jackson Moore will be hitting seventh, playing at second base, wearing number 7. Maxim Boykin Lynch will be hitting 8th, playing out in right field, wearing number 15. And Nico Vasquez will be wearing number 12, batting 9th, playing out in left field. That is your starting lineup for the Irish here in our Division IV state championship game. And Earl Hartman, Coach Rick could have made a change or two on me in between time here. And if they did, no issues there. We'll continue to update you on things as we go along. We're going to take another break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, we are going to take a look at our lineup for the Marcellus Wildcats and see if we can get my charge going back here on the camera. We'll be right back with you. More action right after this Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your
All right, I think we are back with you here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network after just a little bit of technical difficulties there as we get rolling here. Sacred Heart Academy versus Marcellus. And to take you behind the scenes what happened here, I had to switch the charging cord on the camera. And when I did so, I accidentally hit the off switch for the power strip. And sometimes I wonder, Why do you have an off switch on the power strip? When I plug in the power strip, I want it to be on all the time, but take you behind the scenes here a little bit as we get ready for the action. Sacred Heart Academy and Marcellus State Championship Baseball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Just getting ready for first pitch. Sacred Heart Academy is the home team in this game. Say we took a break to hear from some of our friends. Said when we come back, we were going to check out things for Marcellus, and so we're going to go back to that commercial break. When we come back, we will look at that starting lineup for the Marcellus Wildcats and talk about the record-breaking season for the Irish. State Championship Baseball, Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the fifth generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years. We have all seen this sticker, maybe in Mount Pleasant, Beale City, Ithaca, or Traverse City. There is a reason you see that sticker everywhere. That's because Dick Sova Auto Sales has been selling sharp used cars and trucks for 3 generations. Stop in to see the Sova family in downtown Shepherd for your next low-mileage, immaculate car and see why they're known for over 40 years of fantastic customer service. Or you can view their inventory now at DickSovaAutoSales.com. Dick Sova Auto Sales, selling sharp used cars and trucks and supporting sharp student athletes. Powell Frame and Collision knows we all spend a lot of time looking out the windshield. So if yours gets cracked, dented, damaged, or destroyed, Powell Frame and Collision, along with their expert collision service, now offers expert auto glass replacement. Working with insurance, they can replace all makes and all models, including new advanced driver assistance system windshields. Mention you saw this ad and you can get $100 off of your windshield replacement. Powell Frame and Collision, downtown Shepherd. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Much love going on. Dance again, Dresco, Simon Shop, and Wademan, C&C Enterprises, your home for all things Red Wing and Irish Setter boots in your Mid-Michigan Carhartt headquarters. Also love to our friends at the Isabella Community Sportsplex, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Smith & Sons Meat Processing, the Beale City Village Store, Sydney's Judges Bench, Dog Central, Berry Funeral Home, Boomer's Lawn Care, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, Almost Up North and Stitches for Britches, Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, Gross Farms, Brad Gross Electric, the Fisher Companies, and Kenneth Egger at DDS. Starting lineup for the Marcellus Wildcats, and I'm not going to have these top 4 positions correct, but they'll be switched up at some point here. Seth Barrera is going to start at shortstop, leading things off. He's the only senior on this Marcellus team. Hitting second, I've got him in center field right now, is Cale Hackenberg. I know Abram Coffey's coming back from injury, will be on the mound wearing number 24, batting in the 3 spot, but maybe Hackenberg, Barrera could shift around a little bit. Hitting in the cleanup spot is number 15, Eli Torres. He's going to be behind the plate. Zade Tykska is going to be playing first base, wearing number 13, batting fifth. Batting sixth, playing at third base, is going to be number 12, Gage Rumsey. Batting seventh, playing in left field, number 4, Blake McWilliams. Batting eighth, playing at second base, is Rory Rogers. And batting ninth, playing in right field, is Matt LeHue. Starters are going to be introduced. Lineups are going to be introduced here in just a moment. Irish records broken this year. Brady Davis is now the all-time wins leader for Sacred Heart Academy baseball in a career. Just an amazing accomplishment. Hank McDonald has the all-time record for RBI in a season for Sacred Heart Academy. And talking with Jeff Kimmerly, his 69 RBI is enough to actually put him on the MHSAA.com individual records page. That is how outstanding Hank McDonald has been at driving in runs this year. And oh yeah, the team, they have the all-time wins record for Sacred Heart Academy baseball, a historic program that actually won the first ever Division IV state baseball title 70 years ago. Shout out to John Johnson from the MHSAA, former Sacred Heart grad, letting me know that. He said he was a freshman on that team and was keeping the stats for it. And so the all-time wins leader is this Sacred Heart Academy squad. They've got the all-time RBI leader for a season. They've got the all-time career wins leader for Sacred Heart Academy baseball. There's just one more box to check. It is to hoist a Division IV state championship. They are ready to rock. So I caught up with them as they were getting on the bus, ready to go. And I think they'd all talked to me enough. They were piled in, ready to rock and roll. But what a game we've got ahead. State championship baseball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're going to take another break to hear from some of our great friends. When we come back, we could be sending it out again quickly to hear the national anthem. But first pitch is coming right up. Brady Davis will be on the bump, the senior for Sacred Heart Academy, looking to cap off his career with a win in the state championship. Back with more Woods Household pregame show right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7 and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Blockco Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blockco Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Pure sportsmanship is the most important thing in high school sports. When it comes to your home or business, Pure Plumbing just might be the most important thing. If your plumbing isn't pure, don't worry, no one needs to see the other angle. For Pure Plumbing, Call 989-644-8928 or visit mipureplumbing.com. Block Electric Company in Wademan has been powering Michigan for over 30 years. There's no job too big or too small for Block Electric Company, like an entire school or something simple at the home, like making sure the outdoor lighting, thermostat, or ceiling fan is installed professionally. Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric Company, and go Aggies.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
National anthem wrapping up. We are ready to go. It's Sacred Heart Academy. It's Marcellus. A Division IV state championship is on the line. Both of these teams have already hoisted district championships. Both of these teams have already hoisted regional championships. Both of these teams have already won a game here on Jeff Ishbia Field at McLean Stadium on the campus of Michigan State University, where you can find our beautiful Barbary Law Studios on this Saturday afternoon as the Irish look to win a state championship and complete, arguably the most historic year in Irish baseball history. Davis, the lefty, on the bump, the all-time wins leader for Sacred Heart Academy baseball. He will be pitching to Brody Collin behind the plate. Hank McDonald is at first. Jackson Moore is at second. Nate Gator Seiler is at short. Noah Zion is at third base. Nico Vasquez out in left field. Tegan Duffy in center, and Maxim Boykin Lynch in right field. What a game we've got here for you today. Coming to you from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Also love to Brad Melly Well Drilling, Woods Household Appliance, a Wieferich Financial, sponsor of the Zade Bachelder Baller of the Game, Clark Modular Homes, the Barrett All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, sponsor of the fabrication of the game, Gates Drilling and Service, along with our friends at Malley Construction. We'll be looking for that J&J Auto Collision Report from Mr. Brady Davis, Hank McDonald, and Nate Seiler. Also saw it from Tegan Duffy yesterday as well. Top of the lineup for the Irish. You got Zion, a 447 hitter, Duffy at 420, Davis at 530, Seiler at 457, McDonald at 449, and then in the sixth spot, you've got Brody Collin, who's a 383 hitter, but a 533 on base percentage. Here we go. Sacred Heart Academy versus Marcellus. Keys to victory in this game: get a lead. Let Brady Davis do his thing, as I've said all season long when it's been him or Nate Gator Seiler on the bump, and some last-second communication between Mr. Brody Collin and Brady Davis. Here we go. And actually some great sportsmanship at the plate right now with Seth Barrera and Mr. Brody Collin, the umpires. They all exchange a fist bump, and I like that from Barrera. The only senior on this Marcellus team. You got 6 of them for the Irish. Here comes the first pitch of the game, and yeah, I might drop the Aggies once or twice here. Been down here covering the Aggies so many times with Brad Ancliffe and the baseball team. This has a chance to be the 5th baseball state championship that I have been able to call. This one hit out towards center field. Duffy looking to track it down. He's able to make the catch. Well hit there by Barea, but just a fly out to center field in the box score, 1 down. And it just 2 pitches there for Brady Davis. You saw Gator Seiler get out of the first inning throwing under 10 pitches. When you get to the state championship game, the state semifinals game, you're facing some of the top pitchers in the state. You need to try and drive up the pitch count as much as you can. That'll now bring Cale Hackenberg to the plate. Yesterday, he had himself a day. Struck out 15 batters on the mound to help his team get here, and also was 2 for 3 at the plate, scoring 2 of the 4 runs for Marcellus yesterday. Sacred Heart won 4-0. Marcellus won 4-0 in the state semifinal games. First pitch is over for a strike from Brady Davis. Quickly the second one. Curveball is just going to go outside, 1-1. Now the count to Cale Hackenberg. Abram Coffey is on deck. And again, to reset things here for you a bit, possibly defensively for the Marcellus Wildcats. But I've got Coffey starting on the mound. Next pitch, big swing and a miss there on the outside. Hackenberg not able to catch up with the smoke that time from Mr. Brady Davis. Hackenberg steps out, steps back in, batting from the left side. He throws right. Whenever you got those guys that, hit it from the left side and throw from the right side. Just kind of tells you how much work they put into their baseball career. Owen McKinney, Grady Peratt are two guys that I think of in that scenario. Here comes the 1-2 from Brady Davis. It's going to be a grounder. Collin looking to field it quickly. Throw. It's in time to first base. No, they're going to say he was safe. Did McDonald step off the bag? So it's going to be an infield single in the Spockman box score here. We'll see if they rule that an error. Collins' throw, maybe just taking him off the bag here a little bit. That was a good bunt, though, from Hackenberg. And actually dropping, not a bunt there, just a little dribbler. I was going to say credit to him for dropping down the bunt with 2 strikes. But again, it just looked like a bunt, just a little dribbler. And they actually ruled that one a hit, so it is an infield single for Hackenberg. Again, with the speed he's got, might have been able to beat it out anyways. Runner on first base here in the top of the first inning for Marcellus. See if they try and manufacture something here with 1 out. First pitch to Abram Coffey is going to be over for a strike on the bender. What a pitch right there from Brady Davis. There's just not a lot you're going to be able to do with that one if you're Abram Coffey. He started in center field yesterday for Marcellus. I believe he's going to be on the bump on this one. That one's going to miss outside, 1-1 the count to Coffey. And I don't mind that pitch to the outside. Hackenberg's got a lot of speed over there at first base, threatening to take a bag. You got that great move as well with Brady Davis, the lefty. Throw over there. Diving back safely is Hackenberg. Heads back to Davis. And talking with the coaches, some of the guys yesterday, they all know about Cale Hackenberg and the prowess he brings to the mound. So I think they're pretty happy not to be seeing him here. That one's fouled off by Coffey down the first baseline. It's going to run the count to 1-2. Marcellus coming into this game at 22-11. Sacred Heart coming in at 36-4-1. Yeah, that is a few more games for Sacred Heart Academy. Mid-Michigan, I'd say it's the premier area for baseball. Here comes the next pitch from Brady Davis. This one's going to be fouled down the right field line. Boykin Lynch giving chase. That one had some distance. If that would have been fair, that would have been up against the wall in the berm. Instead, it's just a long, well, not a strike, because it was already a 1-2 count to Abram Coffey. We'll have pitch number 5 of the at-bat upcoming here. Eli Torres, the catcher, is on deck. Then it's Zade Teitska after that. And I might be butchering that name. We'll get it down once we hear it from the PA. That one over for strike 3, the first punch out of the game for Brady Davis. And it's a big one. The runner on first base and 1 down. Now 2 down with number 15, Eli Torres, stepping to the plate for the Marcellus Wildcats. The Marcellus, their roster, 15 kids compared to the 21 for Sacred Heart Academy. Again, if they had a JV team, maybe they didn't call everybody up for the playoffs. Sacred Heart Academy, no JV team this year. If you're a freshman, you've been getting in some really good practice trying to go against Gator Seiler and Brady Davis all year long. Great pitch right there. Way out in front was Eli Torres, 0-1 the count. Davis, the lefty, has got things ready to go. He's got the left foot on the back rubber, has the sign. Hackenberg with a short lead from first. There's the throw back over to first. Not even a tag trying to be applied by Hank McDonald as Hackenberg is back easily. Davis gets ready to wind and deal once again here. Now he's going to go back over and check the runner at first again with Hackenberg. Again, right now, if you're Brady Davis, you don't want Hackenberg to take a bag here because you got the cleanup hitter Eli Torres at the plate. If Hackenberg's able to take second base and Torres singles here, that's probably going to score Hackenberg from second base. A gapper would score him from first base here as Torres steps out, steps back in. Another throw over to first base. Diving back safely is Hackenberg. Hackenberg with a lean this time. Swing and a miss there. Quickly 2 strikes now to Eli Torres. Torres got that left foot back on the bump, and him and Nate Seiler are good buddies. I don't think they've got the big competitiveness when it comes to pitching, but I know Seiler struck out 16 yesterday. This is a different Marcellus team than you're facing than Royal Oak. But there's the second punch out to close out the first inning for Brady Davis. Gives up the 1 infield single, but no runs, no errors. 1 left on for Marcellus as we head to the bottom of the first inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Due Up, brought to you by our friends at Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Clark Modular Homes. It's Noah Zion, Tegan Duffy, and Brady Davis. We'll see if they can get something going offensively for the Irish when we come back right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary. He can be yours too.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
We're headed to the bottom of the first inning. On the bump for Marcellus, it is going to be Mr. Abram Coffey. Torres behind the plate. Tizka probably butchering that at first. Rogers at second. Barrera at short. Rumsey over at third. It's Mick Williams out in left field. Hackenberg in center. And Lehue out in right field. Here we go. The Irish lead it, or the Irish held Marcellus scoreless in the top of the first inning. I'm ready to say the Irish lead it here. It's been kind of a theme throughout the playoffs as they've been able to score early and score often against teams that they should, and against teams that are really good, they've been able to score early and ride their excellent pitching combination 1-2 punch of Mr. Brady Davis and Nate Seiler. So you want to start joking, calling them the tag team champs here if they're able to win this one. This next guy who's setting the plate, though, to lead things off, Noah Zion. He's kind of been the third pitcher this year, and he's done a really good job. And what he's really done, though, is got on base. .612 batting average. He scored 67 runs this year. 67 runs for the Flying Z. Pretty darn awesome. Here we go. First pitch of the at-bat. First pitch coming to an at-batter, for Sacred Heart Academy. It's going to be down the middle for a strike. Righty is ready to go once again. Here comes the pitch. That bender's going to be over for a strike from Coffey. So Abram Coffey getting a kind of beneficial call right there. If you're Brady Davis, you're wondering where was that call in the first inning or top of the first inning. Here comes the 0-2. Checking the swing there is Zion. He's going to hold off. It's going to miss 1-2 now for Abram Coffey. Coffey ready to wind and deal once again. Seems to be like Seiler, ready to work very quickly as soon as he gets that baseball out there. That one's going to miss outside 2-2. And going up against, these are top pitchers here. Noah Zion doing a great job right now. He's going to see 5 pitches here at least. If you get the pitcher to throw you 15, 20 pitches an inning, he will not be able to finish the game. You had Hackenberg that came in and threw yesterday. That one also misses. It's going to run the count full. Zion battling back after the count was 0-2. It's now ran full as number 3, the Flying Z, steps back into the box, and that'll miss outside. So after 2 strikes, to open up that bat, 4 straight misses is going to put the Flying Z on first base. And we might see Eli Torres being tested very, very quickly here. We'll see if you have Duffy drop down the bunt. You're definitely going to try and manufacture a run right here if you're Sacred Heart Academy with that speed of Noah Zion on first base. If you can move him up, if Tegan Duffy can move him up, you will be bringing up Brady Davis and Nate Seiler. Playing way in at third base is Rumsey trying to prevent that bunt. That one's going to get away from the pitcher. Zion's going to slide up to second base. Now he rounds second, thinking about going to third. But the pass ball is going to move him up, and things are starting really good for Sacred Heart Academy offensively. You get the leadoff walk from Noah Zion. Now that one way outside. That one missed the catcher's glove by about 4 or 5 feet as it slipped out of the hands there of Abram Coffey. And again, it is hotter out there today than it was yesterday. That baseball is going to get slippery for the pitchers here from time to time. That one, he fires it right down the middle. Duffy taken all the way here in this situation. When you've seen 5 straight balls from a pitcher, you want to take the next one and make sure he can put a strike over the plate. They check the runner at second base. Second base kind of dancing back there, make Zion think about it. Here comes the pitch. That's going to miss outside. 2-1. Now the count to Tegan Duffy. Brady Davis is on deck. And again, if Marcellus threw the race yesterday, I have seen Beale City walk things off a couple times with Mercy's here in the Division 4. Here comes the 2-1. That's going to be on the low outside corner for strike 2. Now 2-2 to Tegan Duffy. Brady Davis on deck, already a runner in scoring position for him. We'll see what Duffy does here with the 2-2. Zion leads away from second, dancing behind that pitcher to make him think about things. Here comes the 2-2. And it's going to be fouled off down the first baseline, no play to be made. And I got to give a big shout to Cole Engelwright from the Rambler Review in McBain. Would have been baseball season. He saw I had my power cord for my Sony camera. I was a little afraid. He says, you know what? I've got a bunch of these. Why don't you take it? And if it's not for him, I don't know if we got the scoreboard going here today, so big shout out to Cole Engelwright from the Rambler Review, doing great things, providing high school baseball coverage in McBain. Grounder up the middle, it's going to get through for a base hit. Rounding third is Zion. Here comes the throw home. He slides, safe, he's in. The throw now gets to the backstop. Moving up to second base is Tegan Duffy. We're going to give Duffy the RBI double on this one. Coming in to score is Zion, and the Irish lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning as their offense continues to be as hot as a Blockco jacuzzi. And a Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game type play there as that one was smoked up the middle by Tegan Duffy. The shortstop trying to make a play was Barrera, but he couldn't get there on time as that one essentially went right over the bag at second base. Since it was on the ground, Zion was speeding around third. He scored easily. Well, the throw was actually pretty good from the outfield from Hackenberg, but he slid underneath it. The ball went to the backstop, and right now Coach coming out wondering, could that be some type of interference? But no, you got to give him room to slide to the plate. The run will stand. It's 1-0. Sacred Heart Academy, there's still nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning, and Brady Davis stepping to the plate. Brady Davis on the year, 52 runs, 49 RBI. He shows bunt. He pulls it back, and as the third baseman comes in to clear the bunt, and that frees it up for Tegan Duffy to steal third. Great coaching right there from Earl Hartman at third base. Just taking a bag from Marcellus. Now a high fly ball can score one here if you're Brady Davis. And with the tag at home, not a force out at home, you got to be very careful if you're the infielders here. That one's going to be inside. 1-1 now the count to Brady Davis. What a start for the Irish. Davis strikes out 2 in the top of the first inning. The Irish already got 1 run across here in the bottom of the first with a runner at third base. Still nobody out, and Brady Davis at the dish. He's going to pop this one up out of place. It's going to come right in front of our broadcast position here, and it's going to be caught in foul territory by an Irish dad who's going to get a little bit of a clap and standing ovation from all the Irish folks here. Stepping out, stepping back in is Brady Davis, counting now 1-2 to the number 3 hitter. The pitching counterpart in this one. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be inside. A little chin music right there coming from Abram Coffey on the bump. 2-2 the count. Davis steps out, steps back in. Batting on the left side, waving that highlighter-colored bat over his back left shoulder. That's going to miss to run the count full, and I'll say it again. You got your top pitcher pitched yesterday if you're Marcellus. You've got your next best guy out there in the state final. He's going to be running up the pitch count if he continues this inning here. That's inside. It's ball 4. Runners at the corners. Nobody out for the Gator. Coming to the plate, Nate Gator Seiler, the all-sports superstar for Sacred Heart Academy. He struck out 16 yesterday in the semifinals, playing shortstop here today, a .457 batting average and 52 RBI on the year. Hank McDonald is on deck. I'll remind everybody again, this season he has single season all-time RBI record for Sacred Heart Academy. Beneficial strike call there on the low outside corner for Abram Coffey to Seiler. 0-1 to count. Especially given that low strike call to a guy like Seiler that stands at that 6'4", 6'5". That's tough there. Here comes the 0-1. This one's popped way up in the air. It's on the infield. Shortstop calling everybody off. Barrera makes the catch, so it's a pop out there. First out of the inning. That's a big one right there. Pop up to the shortstop. That'll bring Hank McDonald to the plate with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Hank McDonald, 69 runs batted in this year. It's the all-time single-season record for Sacred Heart Academy. Not even Scott Perrett, and not even Grady Perrett drove in as many runs as Hank McDonald did this year for Sacred Heart Academy. Has a chance to reach that hallowed mark of 70 if he can drive one in here. He's already going to be on the all-time record books on the MHSAA.com website for RBI in a season. The lowest guy on there is at 71. His 69 would already get him there, Jeff Kemmerly said from the second half. The MHSAA does a great job covering local schools all across the state. Here comes the 1-0. And that runner took second base as well. There was no throw to try and get Brady Davis stealing second because they know Duffy would have possibly been coming home then. 1-1 now the count to Hank McDonald. Again, he drives in a run here. That hallowed mark of 70 RBI. He takes that one. It's going to be there for a strike. 1-2 now the count. If you're Marcellus, if you can get out of this inning only giving up one run, you will actually get some confidence back in your shoes. But right now, Miss Momentum is wearing that red and white. Irish out there, the red jerseys, the green lettering. Here comes the pitch. Swung smoked up the middle. It's a tough play. It's getting up the shortstop a little bit. Regardless, that's going to drive in the run. And I'm going to give a sacrifice RBI for Hank McDonald. That is his 70th RBI on the year. I don't know if it'll be official, but the Spock Box score is going 70 RBI now on the year. And another run comes in. Brody Collin now coming to the plate. A pinch runner is coming in for Brady Davis. Looks like Jack McConnell coming in to run at third base. So still a big situation here, a big deal that Davis was able to move up to third base because a pass ball, we've already seen one here in the bottom half of the first inning, could score another run. It's 2-0. Irish, if you're just joining us, Noah Zion walked and was driven in on an RBI double from Tegan Duffy. Then Brady Davis walked. Seiler popped out to the shortstop, and Hank McDonald had a grounder that I'm calling a sacrifice RBI. First pitch to Brody Collins, going to miss, 1-0. Jackson Moore on deck, Maxim Boykin Lynch after that, then it's Nico Vasquez. If they all did get on, we'd be back to the top of the order. That one's inside to Collin, 2-0 the count to the senior catcher. Getting a 383 hitter, but a 533 on base percentage. He's got 25 RBI on the year. He's also scored 43 runs for the Irish this year, and those 43 runs could be a much higher total, but there's a lot of times you've got the pinch runner coming in for Brody Collin. So you've got Duffy with 65 runs, Zion with 67, the two leaders. Collin would probably be right around that mark if he didn't have that pinch runner coming in for him from time to time. Here comes the 2-1. That's going to miss high. 3-1 the count. The freshman Jackson Moore is on deck, but you heard me talk about it a bunch yesterday if you tuned in. He's not your typical freshman. End up starting for the varsity football team at quarterback when Seiler went out. Did a great job coming off the bench for the varsity basketball team as well. And so he's a guy, despite being a freshman, he's already got varsity experience in football, in basketball, and obviously a lot here in baseball as they've made this deep run. That one's fouled off down the first baseline by Collin. It'll run the count full to 3-2. This would be a big moment for a strikeout right here if you're Coffey. Abram Coffey checks that runner, winds and deals. That's going to miss outside again. That is the third walk surrendered here in the bottom of the first inning for Marcellus, and the Irish have got runners at the corners, and Jackson Moore coming to the plate. And I'll say it again, Jackson Moore is not your typical freshman as he steps into the batter's box on the right side. Jackson Moore wearing a number 7. Got a pinch runner coming in for Brody Collin right now. Looks like it's going to be Walt McDonald to come in and run. Jackson Moore at the plate, runners at the corners. The Irish have already scored 2 here in the bottom of the first inning, and they're threatening again. And Abram Coffey is already at 30 pitches just here in the first inning. He only gets to go to 105 on the game, and then they'd have to bring in somebody else. That one gets away from the catcher. That's going to allow McDonald to move up to second base on the pass ball. Second time we've seen one there. Say not a block, brought to you by the Block. Actually, that was still a good brought to you by Block Electric Company from Torres behind the plate, but with Walt McDonald's speed and a good jump, still able to move up to second base. Now 2 runners in scoring position here for Jackson Moore. 1-0 the count. That misses inside. 2-0. Maxim Boykin Lynch, another freshman, is due up after this. The first pitch he saw yesterday, he smoked it off the pitcher. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be over for a strike. 2-1 to Jackson Moore. Marcellus, a righty, Coffey ready to wind and deal. Out there in the sun quite a bit here in the bottom of this first inning. That one's going to be on the outside corner for a strike. Now 2-2 to Jackson Moore. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Already 2 runs across here in the bottom of the first inning. Whole lot of 2s up there. Shout out to Aiden Mendel, Mike Zion, and the crew of Bogwai, Banga, and Bradley. This one's going to be a base hit out towards left field. The freshman Jackson Moore coming through in a big way. Walt McDonald coming home to score as well. It's a 2 RBI single. I said it. He ain't your typical freshman as the 2 RBI single from Moore makes it 4-0. Sacred Heart Academy in the bottom of the first inning. And they've only needed 2 hits to do it because there's been 3 walks surrendered by Coffey, who's already at 34 pitches here in the first inning. After 105, he's got to come out. Who knows who they got left after that? And it does look like we might have a pitching change here in the bottom of the first inning. The Sacred Heart bats are booming here on the state title Saturday as they lead it 4-0 here in the bottom of the first inning with Maxim Boykin Lynch coming to the plate with Jackson Moore on first base after the freshman, call him a diaper dandy like Dick Vitale, the 2 RBI single to drive in Brody Collin. Well, I guess to drive in Walt McDonald and Jack McConnell, who were in pinch running for the pitcher and catcher Brady Davis and Brody Collin. But it's 4-0 Irish here in the bottom of the first inning. And just looks like we've got some instruction coming from Coach Hudson. Nobody coming out of this game. They are riding with Mr. Abram Coffin. Again, that's what happens when you make these deep playoff runs and you've got the back-to-back games, maybe on the same day, maybe the next day. You've got to get your pitching in order, and right now things are going Sacred Heart's way. First pitch to Maxim Boykin Lynch is going to be over for a strike. A 4 spot put up by the Irish here in the bottom of the first inning after Brady Davis struck out 2 in the top of the first. Here comes the next pitch. That's going to be over for a strike. 0-2 now the count to Maxim Boykin Lynch. The right fielder, again, not your typical freshman. Excellent football player. He went down with an injury, wasn't able to play, but up with the varsity basketball team and Coach Sherlock the entire season. He takes that one. It's going to be strike 3 on the outside corner. The punch out for Coffey, and boy, did they need it. 4 runs on just 2 hits for Sacred Heart Academy. They leave 1 on, but what a start for the Irish. They stay patient at the plate, and it paid off with 3 walks being drawn. All 3 of those guys that took a base on balls came around to score for Sacred Heart Academy. It's Tiska, it's Rumsey, it's Mick Williams due up here in the top of the second inning for Marcellus. But I said it earlier, the last time I was down here in Sacred Heart, Beale City won the state championship. They won it 10-0 in 5 innings versus Norway. Could we be heading for something similar here? I don't know. Brady Davis back on the bump for Sacred Heart Academy. We'll keep the broadcast right here for this half inning and tell you, as you know, we're coming to you from the Barbary Law Studios built by Konowinski Construction. Also love the Gates Drilling Service, Bill's Custom Fab, the Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Wieferich Financial, Was Household Appliance, Brad Malley Well Drilling and Malley Construction. Those are the title sponsors that you see up there on the screen. They're the one paying your boy the big bucks. When you think about doing business in the Mid-Michigan area, think about supporting those folks. Do you need a lawyer? The only people to call is a Barbary Law. If you're injured in an accident, don't call some 1-800 number and talk to somebody that you don't know. Call Dave or Joe, and they will get you hooked up. And they do the same thing as all those other commercials. You know, if we don't win, we don't get any money. It's the same thing there. They just don't put that cheesy stuff on their commercials because they're a little bit above that. I'll make the joke. Zade Tiska now stepping to the plate. Tishka is what I just heard over the loudspeaker here, so we'll stop butchering Zade Tishka's name. The first baseman for Marcellus, batting from the left side. Waves the black and orange bat over his back left shoulder as Brady Davis is now ready to work here in the second inning with a 4-run lead. First pitch is going to miss outside, 1-0 the count. Stepping back into the plate is Tishka. A lefty winds and deals. That one's just going to miss. If you're Davis, you're kind of thinking, I saw that call in the bottom of the first inning go for a strike. 2-0 now the count. Davis winds and deals to 2-0. That's also going to miss high. 3-0 to Tishka. Tishka hoping to get the leadoff runner on here in the second inning for Marcellus. They're going to need some type of rally as the Irish put up 4 in the bottom of the first inning. Davis winds and deals here. That one's going to miss outside, so it's ball 4 on 4 straight pitches for Tishka. And if you're Marcellus, you're thinking, hey, maybe this is where we can get our rally going. And kind of a surprise to see that there from Brady Davis. Brady Davis so comfortable pitching with the lead. A little wild there on that at-bat. We'll see if he's able to calm things down here as Gage Rumsey steps to the plate. Rumsey digs in. The lefty Davis checks that runner Tishka over at first. He winds and deals. That one's going to miss inside. Bender broke a little too much as it's a lefty versus a righty. It kind of broke to the inside of the plate and just went a little too far inside to Rumsey. Davis checks that runner at first. Winds and deals here with the 1-0. Swing and a miss there for Gage Rumsey. Kind of surprised to see Rumsey swinging on that one. That was the 5th consecutive pitch that had missed from Brady Davis. maybe want to take that next one. Instead, he's swinging away, swings through it. Checking the runner over at first base. Back very quickly is Tishka. And in that situation, I think Brady Davis just kind of wanted to reset things there. You got to be very careful, especially the lefties. The balk's going to get called a little bit more against you. High heat there. Rumsey can't catch up. Swing and a miss. Now 1-2 to Gage Rumsey. Brady Davis struck out 2 in the top of the first inning. Punch out here after giving up that leadoff walk in the second would be huge. It's 4-0. Sacred Heart Academy with the lead here in the top of the second inning. This one's going to be sent down the first baseline. Just foul. If that would have been fair, that would have been trouble. Boykin Lynch had a good jump on it, but you're probably going to have Tishka going from first to third. Digging back in on the right side is Gage Rumsey. Davis standing at the back of the mound for a moment, has the baseball, now steps back to the rubber with the left foot, checks that runner at first base. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Brady Davis. What a bender right there. Strike 3, looking for Rumsey. Rumsey hasn't seen many curveballs like that this year, as that one looked like it was headed back to the backstop once again, and then as it got close to the place, went right back into the strike zone for Brady Davis. What movement there on that pitch from Brady Davis. That now brings Blake McWilliams to the plate. Runner on first base with 1 down here in the top of the second inning. Pitch from Davis. That one's going to miss high. Looked like that one might have slipped right there again. It's warm out here today at McLean Stadium, Michigan State University, where our Barbary Law studios are on this Saturday, built by Konwinski Construction. Here comes the 1-0. Davis is actually going to step off here. Give me a moment, give some more love to our friends. Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradam Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, our sponsor of Closing the Deal. Another great curveball right there is going to break back over the zone for Brady Davis. And when he gets that curveball going, there's just not much you can do with it. You're sitting fastball, that curveball comes in, and you're just dumbfounded by it at the plate, and then he zips that 80, 85-plus mile-an-hour fastball by you. That one's going to be a plunk there. Well, McWilliams probably could have gotten out of the way of that one. If Brad Antcliffe is listening, you'd be very proud of Blake McWilliams, as that wasn't a very fast pitch, and he had a chance to eat one. He did so. And actually, I think they're going to send him back here. And McWilliams leaned into it. They're going to say, no, sir, buddy. If you leaned over the plate there, we're not going to give you that hit by pitch. And Hartman didn't even need to come out of the dugout for it. So 2-1 now the count. And so that one, I guess, inside, but they're saying he leaned over the plate there. 2-1 the count. So now runners on first and second here for Marcellus. Stepping back to the plate is McWilliams. And I think what happened right there is, if you're the umpire, you saw that McWilliams would rather get hit than want to hit the baseball. So it's like, no, buddy, come back to the plate. That one right down the barrel in a low part of the zone for strike 2. 2-2 now the count to McWilliams. Rory Rogers is on deck for Marcellus. Here comes the 2-2. Curveball, swing and a miss. Fourth punch out already from Brady Davis as he looks to match Mr. Gator Seiler from yesterday. Seiler struck out 16 through 7. Brady Davis so far is looking like he's got a good chance to match his pitching counterpart. And after giving up the walk to Tishka, it's been back-to-back strikeouts of Rumsey and McWilliams. Now 2 down as the second baseman and number 8 hitter Rory Rogers steps to the plate, batting from the right side for Marcellus. First pitch is going to be over for a strike for Rogers. Again, just one senior on this Marcellus team. It's Barrera at the top of the order. You got a very young part of the bottom of the order here for Marcellus. Here comes the 0-1. Now that's over for strike 2 to Rogers. Lehue, the right fielder, is on deck. Davis waits for the sign from behind the plate from Collin. He's got it. He checks that runner. Here comes the 0-2. Another fastball right down the middle for strike 3, and he strikes out the side. 5 punch-outs through 2 for Brady Davis. Holy moly, what a performance he's put on. Like I said, trying to match his buddy Nate Gator Seiler in his 16 strikeouts yesterday in the state semifinals. He's off to a good start. We're going to take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back with more right after this.
Wieferich Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Wieferich Financial. Wieferich Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WieFrichFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Wieferich Financial, member SIPC. The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it. It is the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And Nico Vasquez stepping into the ditch for Sacred Heart Academy on the bottom of the second inning. The Irish lead at 4-0. 3 walks, 2 hits in the first inning. All 3 guys that walked for the Irish came around to score. Vasquez playing in left field. Senior's got a ton of speed. He's always a threat to drop down a bunt. Rumsey playing in the grass over at third base. This one hit hard towards second base. It's going to eat up the second baseman a little bit. Vasquez is going to beat it out. Rogers couldn't quite make the play. Again, you can see the errors here on the scoreboard today, so we won't go with the official Spockman box score of an infield single. That one actually an error right there to put the leadoff man and Vasquez on. Great job right there by Vasquez. Hit it hard towards second base. Like I said, you put the ball in play in high school baseball, you're going to get on base. Vasquez with a solid lead over first. See if Zion tries to drop down the bunt here. Doesn't show bunt on the first pitch of the plate appearance. It's going to be ball 1. Zion looking down the third baseline to Coach Hartman. One of many kids using that black and highlighter colored bat as he waves it over the back right shoulder. Noah Zion digs back in. Here comes the 1-0. That's going to get away from the catcher. Moving up to second base on the pass ball is Nico Vasquez. And right now, things are looking all Irish all the time here in this one. With the way things are going on the mound for Coffee, I don't know if we're even going to see 7 here. Already got a runner on second base. There was 3 walked in the first inning. They all came around to score for Sacred Heart. Zion shows, but it gets away from the catcher once again. Vasquez moving up to third base. And it's a 2-0 count to Noah Zion. 2 straight steals there, 2 straight pass balls with Vasquez going from first to third. Count is now 3-0 to Noah Zion as well. And things are going the Irish way here in the state finals. Zion digs back in. Here comes a 3-0. They're going to say it's on the outside corner for 3-1. Tegan Duffy is on deck. He's already had it's an RBI single, but I got him as an RBI double. He's able to take second base as they try to throw it home. This one's going to be popped out towards shortstop. Barrera is calling everybody off. He's able to make the catch on the pop out to short. And if you're Zion, probably a little frustrated with yourself not taking another pitch or 2 there to try and get on base. They'll now bring Tegan Duffy to the plate here. Runner on. And I guess if you're Zion, you're going for the high fly ball there actually as well to the outfield to score that runner from third. Just wasn't deep enough there. They'll now bring Duffy to the plate. Duffy on the year, 420 batting average, 65 runs scored. He's got 37 RBI. Wants to make it 38, and actually it's 66 runs scored and 38 RBI as he's already done 1 of each in the first inning. First pitch is going to be high to Duffy. On deck is Brady Davis. He walked in his first plate appearance, came around to score. It's 4-0 Irish here in the bottom of the second inning. Taking control early here versus Marcellus. Nice frame behind the plate there from Torres as that's going to be called a strike 1-1. Lead away from third base over there for Nico Vasquez. Got to be very aware if that ball gets behind home plate. This one's put in play towards third. Nice job by Rumsey over at third base, kind of holding that runner on, and they make the throw over to first. That was a really good play right there by Rumsey on the ground out to third base. If he just throws it casually over to first for the out, he gets the out, but that run's going to come in from third. It's going to bring Brady Davis to the plate. And if you were to ask these Irish guys who you want up in an RBI situation with 2 outs, it is the senior, number 3 hitter, Brady Davis. On the year, he has a .530 batting average and 42 runs batted in. Great block at the plate there by Torres, brought to you by our friends at Block Electric Company in Wademan. If that one gets away from him, Vasquez is coming in to score. Davis digs back in on the left side, also using that highlighter-colored bat as he waves it over the back left shoulder. That's going to miss outside. 2-0 the count. Seiler's on deck. He popped out to the shortstop his first time up, but you don't want the all-sports superstar coming up with runners at the corners. Got to throw a strike here, in my opinion, if you're Coffee. As I say that, he misses just high again. 3-0 the count to Brady Davis. And the further you get in the playoffs, the tighter that strike zone does get. 3-0 the count. Davis probably taking all the way here on this one, and it's inside for ball 4. Back-to-back walks now for Brady Davis. Walked in the first inning, came around to score. Now walk here in the second inning to put runners at the corners with 2 down, and Nate Gator Seiler stepping to the plate. 457 hitter, 42 runs batted in on the year, along with 39 runs himself. And again, he's another guy that probably be around that 55, 60 total runs mark if he didn't have so many people coming in to pinch run for him when he's on the mound. Runners at the corners. Vasquez leads away from third. Davis leads away from first. There goes Davis. They don't throw it down there. Actually, Davis goes back as well, too. Davis looking for the old Brad Antcliffe right there. You fall down in between first and second base. You do whatever you need to do to make sure Vasquez can come in and score before you get tagged for the third out. Seiler holds off things. He steps out, now gets ready to step back in. Nate Gator, Seiler, the all-sports superstar, wearing number 13, batting from the right side. Here comes the pitch. Smokes it down the left field line, but it's going to be foul headed towards the bullpen here at McLean Stadium down to the third baseline. Seiler straightens that one out, though. That is going to be a gapper. Would definitely score Vasquez, would definitely score Brady Davis from first base. And Davis not having a pinch runner come in for him in this situation. I think part of it's because this is the last high school baseball. I guess he gets to play Monday in the championship game. There does go that runner. No throw out to second base. It's over for a strike. Count now 1-2 to Seiler. Hank McDonald on deck. Sacrifice RBI his first time up. Now runners at second and third for Seiler. 1-2 the count. Here comes the pitch from Coffee. It's going to miss. Low and outside, 2-2. Coffey's got that call on the sweeper a couple times. If that one a break in just a bit before the plate, missing the strike zone. 2-2 the count. Whole lot of twos up there. 2-2, 2 outs, bottom of the second inning. Here comes the pitch to Seiler. He's going to take that one all the way for ball 3. That'll run the count full to 3-2. You do not want the bases loaded with Hank McDonald coming up. Again, he will be on the MHSAA website for an all-time RBI season. Here comes the 3-2. This one's blasted out towards left center field. Trying to gather underneath it to make the catch, and it is made. It almost pops out of the glove of Mick Williams, but he makes the catch on the fly out to left field. Ooh, boy. What a catch out there for Mr. McWilliams. That was not an easy play. The Irish score no runs, no hits, no errors, but they do leave 2 runners on base as we head to the third inning. Brady Davis has got it going. He has punched out 5 through 2. It's Matt Lehue, Seth Barrera, and Cale Hackenberg due up for Marcellus. When we come back here with more state championship baseball on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, the Irish lead it 4-0. Back with more right after this.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Blackhole Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blackhole Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barberry Law Studios, built by Conwinski Construction. Oh, a Blackhole pool would sound really, really good. Got a little breeze coming here in the press box, but it is a warm one out there today. Stepping to the plate is Matt Lehue, the right fielder for Marcellus. Go back to that second inning. Started off with a walk to Zade Tishka. Then it was punch out, punch out, punch out for Rumsey, McWilliams, and Rogers as Brady Davis has struck out 5 through 2 for Sacred Heart Academy. First pitch from Lehue is going to miss outside 1-0. And we're the top of the order and the bottom of this order for Marcellus. The difference in class, the difference in skill, not knocking these guys to the bottom of the order, but you got to attack these guys right here if you're Brady Davis. The last thing you want to do is walk Lehue for the top of the order. Now 2-0 as that one misses as well. Lehue digs back in. Probably taking this one all the way to make sure Davis throws a strike here, and he misses inside. It's now 3-0 to Lehue. Lehue with a good opportunity here to get that leadoff runner on if you are Marcellus. They had a leadoff runner on the last inning, but then it was 3 punch-outs. Be a different story here with the top of the order coming up. That will be a strike taken all the way. That time was Lehue, and you can't blame him there in that situation. We're in the third inning. The Irish lead at 4-0. Left a couple runners on base in the bottom of the second inning. They would have liked to have gotten in, but still with a comfortable lead here with one of your superstars, Brady Davis, on the mound. He's the all-time wins leader for Sacred Heart Academy baseball. He's been doing it for 4 years for Coach Hartman and the crew, now looking to wrap up his career with a state championship. That one's fouled off, now 3-2. Good job by Davis battling back here. This one's going to be fouled off. The catcher's mask, Brody Collin, a lot tougher than I am. And Collin actually got the stitches in the state or the regional championship game it would have been. Went to the hospital, was back in like 20 minutes like a hockey player ready to go for game number 2 and did a nice job in game number 2 for the Irish as they bested Portland St. Pat's 4-2 to move to the state semifinals, where they bested Royal Oak Shrine 4-0 yesterday behind 16 strikeouts. And that will be a walk for Lehue. The second walk surrendered in as many innings for Brady Davis and the second leadoff walk in a row. And so if you're Marcellus, you've had a base runner on in each inning. You just haven't been able to manufacture anything. After Hackenberg singled, it was back-to-back strikeouts. After Tishka walked, it was 3 strikeouts in a row. But now you've got a runner on first base, and Brady Davis has to face the top of the order. Seth Barrera stepping to the plate, the lone senior for this Marcellus team. That one's actually going to bounce up there. That will allow Lehue to take second base. Yeah, I don't know if you want to call that one a pass ball, but that's what you're going to put it as in the box score, or just a wild pitch. And it might have actually almost looked like it could have hit the batter on the bounce, but umpires got a lot better view than I do. Best seat in the house brought to you by Woods Household Appliance. It is those umpires out there. We've got 4 of them here today in the state championship game. That one hits the low outside corner, 1-1 now the count to Seth Barrera. Leadoff runner on. Top of the order. Get a feeling if you're Marcellus, this is an opportunity here for you to make something happen. Runner in scoring position with nobody out. Your leadoff man at the plate. Barrera can't catch up to the smoke on the outside corner from Davis. The count is now 1-2. Punch out here from Brady Davis would be big with Cale Hackenberg on deck. Davis, the lefty, gets ready to wind and deal. Checks that runner at second base. Here comes the 1-2. It's going to be sent towards center field, but Duffy just has to backtrack 1 or 2 steps to make the catch. Then he quickly gets the throw in. Lehue cannot tag up. Great job in center field there by Teagan Duffy, and also credit to the coaching staff, Hartman, Sanders, Ritt, and the crew. He was in the exact spot that he should be. You move him over 4 or 5 feet, and he has to catch that one on the run. Lehue is able to tag up. He's able to catch it in a stance where as soon as he catches it, he's able to put the throw into second base to not allow that runner to move up. Fantastic fielding out in center field from Mr. Teagan Duffy. That'll bring Hackenberg to the plate. He's got the lone hit of the ball game for Marcellus. Runner at second base. This is big right here for Hackenberg, and he knows it. The junior struck out 15 on the bump yesterday. He went 2 for 3 at the plate, scored 2 of the 4 runs for Marcellus as he steps out and steps back in, wearing number 41, batting from the left side. The Irish out there in the red and the green. Marcellus out there in the all-white with the orange sleeves. Curveball over for a strike. Marcellus fans do not like the call. It was a great frame from Brody Collin, and the umpire, he's been given that outside call to each side of the plate here. I don't mind it at all. I've always joked that if I was an umpire, I'd tell the coaches, I'd tell the kids, I get paid by the game, not by the hour. So get ready to swing those bats. Davis checks that runner at second. Back easily is Lehue. Hackenberg digs back in. Here comes the 0-1 from Brady Davis. He's actually going to check that runner. He fakes the throw this time. LeHue doesn't have to dive, but he's back easily. Abram Coffey on deck. He struck out his first time up. Torres behind him, who struck out his first time up. Hackenberg, superstar of this Marcellus team, right now at the plate with a runner in scoring position. That one misses on the outside. It's now 1-1. Brady Davis working a bit slower there with that runner out at second base, and in particular with Hackenberg at the plate. And this is the moment you want to take your time if you're Brady Davis. Davis sets, checks that runner. Here comes the 1-1 to Hackenberg. Swing and a miss. Big strike right there. Now 1-2 to Hackenberg. And you don't want to bounce anything up there to allow LeHue to move up to third base, but with Hackenberg, his prowess at the plate, might not be a bad idea to waste one here. You just got to be ready to block it if you're Brody Collin. Davis gets the sign that he wants, checks that runner out at second base. Here comes the 1-2. Strike three, huge punch out there. Hackenberg, the superstar, goes down swinging against Mr. Brady Davis. That's already his sixth punch out through 2 2/3. That'll now bring Abram Coffey to the plate, the pitching counterpart here for Marcellus. So the only thing these guys have really done wrong is walked batters. Davis has walked 2. You gotta go back and look. Coffey, he's walked more than 2. He's walked 3. And one's gonna miss on the first pitch right there to Coffey, 1-0. Eli Torres on deck, hoping he gets an opportunity with either a couple runners on or maybe already a run across here for Marcellus. But if you're Davis, you're thinking about shutting that down. Coffey digs back in. This one's popped way up. This is going to be a tough play. Making the play is Brody Collin. He'll make the catch, going from second base to the dirt, to the grass. A big-time catch right there by Brody Collin. Duffy was right there. Seiler was right there. Duffy called everybody off, and so for the third inning in a row, you've got a runner left on for Marcellus, and you trail in the game 4-0. We're headed to the bottom of the third inning. It's Hank McDonald, Brody Collin, and Jackson Moore due up for Sacred Heart Academy. Back with the bottom of the third right after this. The Irish lead it 4-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Clark Modular Homes in Mount Pleasant are a one-stop shop from the buy, the build, and beyond with their fantastic service department. Stop in to see their selection and purchase options today on Pickard Road, or visit them online at modularhomesbyclark.com. Clark Modular Homes, supporting Mid-Michigan youth in and out of the classroom.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
This is the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, as always, coming to you live from our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Also love to Bryce Updegrave, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, Mount Pleasant Automotive, ENS Graphics, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Blockco Pools and Spas, J&J Auto, Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Woods Household Appliance, Wieferich Financial, Clark Modular Homes, The Bird All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, and Gates Drilling and Service. Here we go. Hank McDonald stepping to the plate. In the Spock box score, he's got a sacrifice RBI his first time up to give him 70 on the year. 70 RBI on the season. They've played just over 40 games. Just an insane amount. When he asks Hank McDonald about it, he says, well, I can't do it on my own. Got to have those guys on base if I'm going to drive in those runs. It's one of the cool things about this team. Nobody really wants to take credit for how dominant they've been this year. And I think that's one of the reasons why they've been so successful. Again, you've got Seiler and Davis at the top of the rotation who've just been dominant. But you ask either one of them, they'll talk about the defense that's been played behind them throughout the year as well. Comes the next pitch to McDonald. This one hit hard towards short. Barrera with a little bit of trouble with it, but the throw's in time for the out. What a stretch from Tishko over at first for the out. So a ground out to short for Hank McDonald, and give a lot of credit to on the mound Abram Coffey. He gave up those 4 runs in the first. He had the leadoff guy in the second inning via an error. Since then, he has really calmed down. Other than 1 walk, he's kind of retired, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row, essentially, with just a walk in between there. Brody Collins now stepping to the plate. Or pardon me, yes, Brody Collins stepping to the plate, but that catch at the end of the last inning said it was Collins. Pardon me, Mr. Jackson Moore, the freshman, making that catch as Collins behind the plate. The other place Brody Collins plays at is second base, and I'll make the joke that he's athletic enough, capable enough of going out there and making that catch at second base from his catcher's position, but that would have been a pretty amazing play. So pardon me to those people who are wondering, how did Brody Collins catch that one out at second base? It was Mr. Jackson Moore. Foul tip there. It's going to be 1-2 now to Brody Collins. That aforementioned Jackson Moore is on deck. He had a 2 RBI single back in the first inning, and that could be going down as our Bills custom fabrication of the game right there. As there was 2 outs, you got the freshman coming to the plate, and he gives you the 2 RBI single. What a hit there. 2-2 now the count to Brody Collins. That one misses in the dirt. Coffey ready to wind and deal once again. Here comes the pitch. Checking his swing there is Brody Collins. It's going to miss high. The count is now 3-2 to Brody Collins. Full count. It will be a walk for Brody Collins. Again, the pitch count just absolutely piling up for Abram Coffey, and you really start to wonder who would they bring in next after Coffey. I think if we would have saw somebody, it would have been in that first inning. Got a pinch runner now coming in for Brody Collins. Walt McDonald is going to come in and run for him as Jackson Moore steps back to the plate. What a freshman year for Jackson Moore. You kind of get thrust into starting at quarterback for the football team. You guys end up making a good run, making the playoffs. And then you slide ahead of basketball season, coming off the bench, having a great year, 3-and-D type of guy for Sacred Heart Academy. And then baseball season, he's been playing in the field the entire year, but more and more towards the end of the year here, Coach Hartman, Coach Ritt, they just can't keep him out of the lineup. Here comes the throw down to second base, try and get the runner. They get him. There's a good jump there for Walt McDonald coming in to run for Brody Collins, but what a throw from Eli Torres behind the plate. That's now 2 down and nobody on base here in the bottom of the third inning for Sacred Heart Academy. Big time throw right there from Torres trying to take second base. Now Moore steps back in with the bases empty, 0-1 count. What a throw from Torres behind the plate. So far for a high school catcher to throw it from the dish all the way out to second base. That one, say it was a foul tip, so it's going to be 0-2 now to Jackson Moore. And maybe, he said, Marcellus still looking for like a first sign of life essentially in this game. Could that throw out to second base give some momentum for Marcellus as Jackson Moore steps back in, already with a 2 RBI single in this one. That one's going to be called strike 3 on the inside corner. And so not retired in order as he got the walk, but the throw out has him going down 1, 2, 3. Again, nobody left on for Sacred Heart, but they did have the runner thrown out. We're headed to the 4th inning. Maybe, just maybe, Marcellus can get something going. They've got 4, 5, 6 due up with Torres, Tishka, and Rumsey. Back with more Sacred Heart Academy Championship Baseball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant.
Jenna Gates
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to Michigan State University inside our Barbary Law Studios, built by Conwinsky Construction. It's the start of the 4th inning. 4 runs put up into the bottom of the first for Sacred Heart Academy. Since then, we've had some really good defense, some really good pitching, kind of some timely outs. A big throw out in that last inning from Eli Torres, nabbing Walt McDonald as he looked to take second base after Brody Collin walked. That was Collin's second walk of the game. Mentioned on the year, Collin just below a 400 hitter, but a 533 on base percentage. A couple of these guys for Sacred Heart have got a really good batting average, but then their on-base percentage even goes up another 150, 200 points. All right, 4th inning here. Eli Torres stepping to the plate. Tishka, Rumsey due up after him. Breaking ball is going to stay high there. Torres is going to take it for a 1-0 count. Much love to our friends at Mount Pleasant Public Schools, Martinez Lawn Care, Bogwai Bang & Bradley, Powell Frame and Collision, Dick Silva Auto Sales, Brickner and Bunker Farm Bureau Insurance Group, Block Electric Company, The Diner, WW Construction, All Seasons Fireworks, Pure Plumbing, Hanging by a Thread, GNS Mechanical, and our friends at the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund. Shout out to Kevin Edwards and the crew. Know they're tuning in on YouTube and I'll joke, the tailgate trailer that he has got set up for softball. That one also misses from Davis. Now 3-0 the count. There's a bunch of the Sacred Heart girls, St. Louis girls, and some of our other great softball teams in the Mid-Michigan area. Some of those youngsters are over playing at the Lansing Aquatic Center in a big tournament there. That one's over for Torres, who's taken all the way for strike 1. 3-1 now the count. Here comes the pitch from Brady Davis. It's going to be sent towards the right field. Boykin Lynch tracking, looking to make the catch in foul territory. Slides for it, can't bring it in, but it is a foul ball, so that'll run the count forward to 3-2. Boykin Lynch got a good jump on it, almost made a web gem type play over in foul territory. Kind of had to slide like he was sliding into a base to try and catch that one. Could not quite bring it in. Great effort, though, from the freshman out in right field. That gives new life, though, to Eli Torres as he steps back in. The count is full, 3-2. Davis winds, deals, swing and a miss. Punch out number 7 for Brady Davis as he continues to mow down Marcellus. 4-0, Irish with the lead here in the top of the 4th inning. It was a 4-0 win yesterday with Nate Seiler on the bump, striking out 16. Brady Davis looking just as dominant here in the state championship game. First pitch is going to be inside. It's actually going to plunk him there. So Tishka's going to take first base on the hit by pitch. So he's been on base twice now, once via walk, once via hit by pitch. But you'll take a base runner any way you can get it against Brady Davis in this game if you're Marcellus. That'll now bring Gage Rumsey to the plate. Rumsey went down on strikes his first time up. Runner on first, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning as Brady Davis heads back to the top of the hill on the mound, puts that left foot on the rubber, and gets ready to work. Davis checking that runner at first, steps off for a moment, now getting ready to rock and roll once again. At the plate is Rumsey. Here comes the first pitch of the at-bat. It's going to be over for a strike. 0-1 to count. Runner at first base is Tishka after being hit by a pitch. There's just been one infield single. That's the only hit so far for Marcellus in this ball game. Rumsey digs in at the plate. It's got kind of a highlighter-colored orange to black bat at the end of the barrel it goes. He's going to take that pitch, 1-1 the count as that one missed low and outside for Brady Davis. Brady Davis is at 56 pitches right now here in the 4th inning. Should be in good shape to finish this one. If he has to come out, it'll be Jackson Moore or Noah Zion that we will see come in and pitch. I would expect it to be Zion, the senior, probably coming in. Davis checks that runner at first, winds and deals. Up to the top, got a chance for the double play here. Seiler's just going to take the step now. The throw over, it's going to be in the dirt. It'll get away from McDonald, which is going to allow the runner to move up to second. It goes in the dugout, so he won't be able to advance farther than that. And so you got a ground out to short. That runner is able to move up. So here in the 4th inning, 4-0 Sacred Heart Academy with the lead. Now stepping to the plate will be Mr. Blake McWilliams, the left fielder for Marcellus. Lefty Brady Davis. Check that runner at second base. Another opportunity here for McWilliams. The first time he was at the plate, looked like he was hit by a pitch, but he kind of stepped into it, so the umpire actually called him back. But another opportunity here. First opportunity with a runner in scoring position in this game. Well, pardon me, he had Leyhew on second base in the last inning. A chance to drive in a run right here from McWilliams. Breaking ball is going to stay on the outside. Great movement there from Davis, but it's going to miss 1-1 now the count. Davis getting ready to wind and deal. He checks that runner out at second base. Here comes the pitch. That's just going to miss 2-1. Woo! You want that call right there if you're Brady Davis in that situation. Davis checks that runner out at second base. Gets ready to wind and deal once again. Here comes the pitch. That one's over for a strike. The count is now 2-2. Two and two the count. Brady Davis has already struck out 7. Here comes the next pitch. Just missing the outside corner. Woo, woo, woo. Three and two now the count for Brady Davis. Digging back in at the plate is McWilliams. The count is full. Runner at second base. 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. Brady Davis winds. He looks to check that runner. Nobody home, though, as he holds back and gets ready to send it back home. Rumsey leads away. Here comes the pitch. Just going to miss high for ball 4. Blake Williams will take his base. Thought he had the walk his last time up. He will draw the walk this time. That's now going to bring Rory Rogers to the plate. He went down swinging on 3 strikes his first time up. And now looks like we're going to have a quick meeting of the minds here, which is going to allow me to run my camera. Oh, I see Larry is actually going the wrong way trying to go to the press box here. Let's say he's got the camera out there to try and get some highlights. Say the camera probably overheating out there in the sun, and right now conversation being had here with Brady Davis. Earl Hartman's out there with the rest of the infield with those runners on first and second base with 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. Inning started with a strikeout from Eli Torres. Tishka was hit by a pitch. Rumsey grounded out to short, and then McWilliams took the walk. Runners at first and second base with Rory Rogers coming to the plate. Again, the good news if you're Sacred Heart Academy, he struck out on 3 pitches his first time up. And already 7 punch-outs for Brady Davis. He would love to get another one here. McWilliams leads away from first. Lead away from second. Davis winds and deals. First pitch is going to be on the outside corner to Rogers. You do not like that call if you're a Marcellus fan, but you love it if you're a Sacred Heart fan and Brady Davis in this situation. Davis checks that runner at second, gets ready to wind and deal with the 0-1. It's going to be grounded towards short. Seiler with the play. It's actually going to bounce away from him for a moment. It's going to eat him up, and so that will load the bases here. Moving up to third is Tishka. Moving up to second is McWilliams. Now at first, after the error, is Mr. Rory Rogers, and that's going to bring Matt Leyhew to the plate with the bases loaded here for Marcellus in this ball game. Stepping to the plate, Leyhew, the right fielder. Big moment in this ball game. A home run would tie it. I don't know if Leyhew's got home run power, but here we go. He walked his first time up. That was back in the last inning, the 3rd. First pitch is going to be right down the middle for strike 1. Again, if you're Brady Davis in this situation, you really want to attack the hitter here. Brady Davis taking his time, getting the sign from Brody Collin. He sets, he winds, he deals. This one fouled off the backstop. The count now 0-2 to Matt Leyhew. Bases are loaded. 4-0 Sacred Heart Academy with the lead. This could end up being the best opportunity for Marcellus to score a run here. Lehue digs back in. 0-2 the count. Davis taking his time, getting the sign. He winds. He deals. Swing and a miss. A huge punch out to leave the bases loaded. That is the 8th strikeout for Mr. Brady Davis as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Irish stay up 4-0. You're on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back with more right after this.
Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Big shout out to Larry Perry from no longer Sacred Heart Academy senior, Sacred Heart Academy alumni Larry Perry. Say he's out there doing some video work. He said, man, the old NX5U says it's over, not overheating, but I think he said overworked there. So got on the old iPhone doing the best we can to get you some video highlights for the state championship game with Sacred Heart Academy taking on Marcellus. It's 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Due up for Sacred Heart Academy, brought to you by our friends at Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Wieferich Financial. It's Maxim Boykin Lynch. Nico Vasquez and back to the top of the order with the Flying Z, Mr. Noah Zion. Boykin Lynch struck out his first time up. Vasquez behind him led off the second inning with an error and was eventually stranded. First pitch is going to be over for a strike. Boykin Lynch digs back in. And if he's able to put the bat on the ball, the young man has got a ton of power. Boykin Lynch digging back in on the right side. The righty Coffee ready to go. That one's just going to miss low. 2-1, and now the count to Maxim Boykin Lynch, the right fielder, freshman for Sacred Heart Academy. One of the stars of the football team before he went down with an injury. He was up on varsity basketball all year, and he smokes this one out towards right field. As I mentioned, if he gets a bat on the ball, it's going to be trouble as he singles this one out towards right field. And the Irish got the leadoff run around here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and Maxim Boykin Lynch has gotten the speed. Watch out. He's going to be trying to take second base unless they try and move him up with Nico Vasquez in the bunt here as Vasquez digs in. Go back to that first inning. You had 3 walks surrendered, 1 walk surrendered in the 3rd, 1 walk surrendered in the 4th. So been a walk every inning as Vasquez looks to drop down the bunt here. It's right back to the pitcher. It almost gets him in the schnoz, but he's able to drop it down beautifully. What a bunt right there from Nico Vasquez to move up the runner. Kind of came in on his eyes at the last second, but he still somehow got it done. What a play right there from the senior. Nico Vasquez has dropped down that sacrifice bunt to move the runner up to second base for the top of the order in Noah Zion. Again, that's one of those that if you saw it here, you just wondered how in the world was he able to drop down that bunt. Big shout, Joe Walters, Joe Marciano says everybody back in Mid-Michigan is watching it on Facebook. I can't thank him enough for the coverage he was helping me provide. The ball's going to get away. Move it up to 3rd already as Maxim Boykin Lynch. He had the sacrifice bunt from Vasquez. Now the pass ball moves him up to 3rd. And now Noah Zion, watch out. He's a threat to drop down a bunt here to try and get that runner in from 3rd. We'll see how far Rumsey comes in and plays on the grass in this situation. He does step in on the grass at 3rd base. Still playing back at 1st base is Tishka. That one's going to be inside. That's going to run the count to 3-0 here for the Flying Z, Noah Zion. He walked to lead off the game for Sacred Heart Academy. Was able to score their first run. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be over for a strike. Zion was ready to toss the bat and head down to 1st base. The umpire says, not so fast, my friend. That one was over for a strike. 3-1 now the count. The flying Z, Noah Zine, digs back in on the right side. Here comes the 3-1. He shows bunt, not able to drop it down, so that will be strike 2. That'll take the bunt out of play here for Noah Zine. Maxim Boykin Lynch ready to charge in from third on any contact or a pass ball. They're going to say it's on the outside corner for strike 3. Woo, if you're Marcellus, you like that call. If you're Sacred Heart Academy, you're kind of going, ooh, boy, I don't know about that one. That's now going to bring Tegan Duffy to the plate. Runner on third. Ooh, 2 outs now for Sacred Heart Academy in this one. That was a big, big punch out right there from Mr. Coffey. His third of the game. Duffy digs back in, looking to get that runner in from third with 2 outs. Boykin Lynch, again, he's on his toes. If there's a pass ball, even if one squirted a couple feet away from the catcher, he has got the speed to lumber in from third base. Here comes the 2-0. That's going to be on the high inside corner for a strike. 2-1 now to Tegan Duffy. Duffy digging back in on the right side. Here comes the 2-1. That's going to miss outside. 2-2 now the count to Tegan Duffy. And a great block at the plate brought to you by a Block Electric Company from Eli Torres. If he lets that one get away, Boykin Lynch is coming in to score easily. 3-1 actually the count. That one will bounce away. Coming in to scores, Maxim Boykin Lynch. The freshman singles comes around on the sacrifice bunt and the pass ball. And then he comes in to score on first base with the walk is Tegan Duffy, as that was a 3-1 count there. Pardon me, I had 2-2. Scoreboard did have it right. And then I'll bring Brady Davis to the base. He's walked both of his plate appearances so far today. And the pitch count for Coffey is getting up there. It's at 86 now or so. And you got 3 innings still to go. You wonder who will come in. This one smoked out towards right field from Brady Davis. Up against the berm. It's gone! Brady Davis with the home run to right field over the high fence at about 3:30. The first ever home run I've seen here in high school baseball at McLean Stadium. The senior with the Brady bomb out to right field. Woo! What a jack for Brady Davis. And that right there sucks any momentum Marcellus thought they might have had right out of this ball game. It's 7-0 Sacred Heart Academy on the 2-run home run from Brady Davis. You talk about the game of your life. He has struck out 8 through 4. He walked and scored in the first. He walked and was stranded in the second. And then he bombs this one out of Jeff Ishbia Field into the Red Cedar River. Woo! Brady Davis as hot as a Blocko jacuzzi all playoffs long. The 2-run smash that just carried and carried over the fence. Again, that's the first ever home run that I have seen here. DeMarini from Mount Pleasant a number of years ago smoked one off the screen, but this one went over the high fence in right field for the home run. Mr. Brady Davis, have yourself a state title Saturday. 8 strikeouts and now a 2-run home run to boot. We've got a pitching change about to happen. We're going to send it out to a commercial break. But it's all Irish here on the state championship Saturday. They lead it 7-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning after the 2-run bomb from Brady Davis. We're back with more Irish baseball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. New pitcher into the game. Barrera, the lone senior from Marcellus, comes into the game, and what a difficult situation. Already a crooked number on the board here in the bottom of the 4th inning. as Brady Davis hit that 2-run home run into the Red Cedar River here at McLean Stadium at Michigan State University. I think there was a youngster trying to go retrieve that ball back there. Hopefully they can find it and get it to Brady Davis. So I wouldn't be surprised if Keno Davis was out there trying to track that baseball down for his son. 1-0 the count. That one misses for Seiler, but oh boy, if you're just joining us, you just missed the biggest J&J Auto collision report. Mumford Oil and Gas Supply drill of the year on the 2-run home run from Brady Davis here at Jeff Ishbia Field at McLean Stadium. The first ever home run I've seen here at the state championships, and I've been down here for over 10 games, about a dozen or so, well, maybe 20 or so in the years that I've been doing this. And Seiler will single this one to left field. So a 2-out single here for Seiler after the 2-run home run from Brady Davis, and the Irish are looking good. I mentioned to Jeremy Wood and Austin Shattuck, I said I wouldn't be surprised if this one ended up being a mercy. Said I saw Beale City walk it off 10-0 versus Norway in a no-hitter performance from Mr. Caden Smith. But right now the Irish have got it rolling. They're up 7-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. They've already chased the starting pitcher out of the game before he reached that 105 mark. Barrera is now into the game. That one gets away from the catcher just for a moment. Torres is able to gather it, recover it before Seiler is able to try and move up to second base. Hank McDonald at the plate, the single season all-time RBI leader for Sacred Heart Academy. I've got him with 70 after a sacrifice RBI earlier today. That one also misses. 2-0 the count. Brody Collin is on deck. He's walked in both of his plate appearances. Brady Davis has reached base all three of his plate appearances, 2 walks and that 2-run jack moments ago. This one hit up the middle, tough play at short. They look to get the lead runner. They do, and that will get them out of the inning. But you can just kind of see in the body language of Marcellus as they head to the dugout, they know they are in a tough spot after this one. 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 left on, no errors. Sacred Heart Academy leads it 7-0 as we head to the 5th inning. You're down to your final 9 outs if you're Marcellus, and if you're Sacred Heart Academy, you got the star, Brady Davis, on the bump, who's just having himself an unbelievable day. Back with more right after this here in just a moment on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network as we get ready for more action. Sacred Heart Academy getting ready to take the field. Sacred Heart Academy, Brady Davis out there back warming up. We're getting ready to send it out to a commercial break here, but I'm a little scared with what I see here coming for my stuff. So we'll send it out to another break here for just a moment. Be back with more Sacred Heart Academy baseball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Well, welcome back inside our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Also love Kenneth Egger DDS, the Fisher Companies, Gross Farms and Brad Gross Electric, Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, almost up north, Stitches for Britches, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, Boomer's Lawn Care, Barry Funeral Home, Dog Central. First pitch from Brady Davis is going to be over for a strike to start the 5th inning as he faces off against Seth Barrera. Top of the lineup here for Marcellus. If you're going to get something going, it's got to start right here. Here comes the next pitch from Brady Davis. Curveball. They're going to say did not bust back over. Stayed a little low. 1-1 the count. Also love Boomer's Lawn Care, Barry Funeral Home, Dog Central, Sydney's Judges Bench, the Beale City Village Store, Smith & Sons, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, the Isabella Community Sportsplex, CNC Enterprises, and Dance Again Dress Consignment Shop. This one smoked towards short. Seiler fields it, but he's going to throw it over the head. And so reaching via an error is going to be Mr. Seth Barrera. He's able to move up to second base as that one went out of the field of play. So here you go if you're Marcellus. It's the top of the 5th inning. You've got the leadoff runner on second base. If you're going to make something happen against Brady Davis, it's going to have to be right here. The problem is you could make something happen here this inning, and it still may not be enough as a 7 spot is put up on the board from Sacred Heart Academy. 2-run home run for Brady Davis moments ago. Davis gets ready to wind and deal. This one's going to be popped out of play. Strike 1 for Cale Hackenberg. Hackenberg, infield single back in the first inning, was stranded. He struck out in the third inning, the runner on second base. Stud yesterday in their semifinal game. He struck out 15 batters going against Painesdale Jeffers and also went 2 for 3 at the plate with 2 runs. Right block at the plate by Brody Collin. That block brought to you by our friends at Block Electric Company. So that one stays outside, but good block there from Collin. Doesn't allow that runner to move up to third base. 1-1 the count. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. Sacred Heart Academy up comfortably 7-0. Brady Davis has been cruising so far. He has struck out 8 through 4, but he misses with that one outside. 2-1 and now the count. Hackenberg steps back in. Say he's got the speed. You put him and Barrera both on first and second. You got to watch out for that double steal. 2-1 to count. Here comes the pitch from Brady Davis. That's going to miss high. 3-1. On deck, Abram Coffey. He has struck out and popped out to second base in his 2 plate appearances. If Brady Davis did come out of this game, we'd most likely see Noah Zion come in for him and have Brady Davis going to first base, and you have Hank McDonald moving over to the hot corner at third. That one's just going to miss. Ball 4. So Hackenberg is on. Barrera is on. You've got the 2 leadoff runners on here in the 5th inning. If you are Marcellus with your number 3-4 hitter due up, this is the moment right now, if you are Marcellus, to get back in this game. But Brady Davis has been dominant so far. Let's see how he deals with this situation here. Coffey digs in on the right side. He started the game on the mound. Grounds this one towards third. Fielded by Zion. He gets the force out of third. Cross for the double play. What a job by Noah Zion. The 5-3 double play from Zion to help get out of the damage. What a play from the Flying Z at third base. You talk about the Bills' custom fabrication of the game defensively. That may be the play right there. I don't think anybody's taken over the 2-run bomb from Brady Davis. But what a double play from Zion. Gets the force at third. Tosses it all the way across the diamond to first for out number 2. Double play. Ring them up for Sacred Heart Academy. Now 2 down here. Stepping to the plate is Eli Torres, swinging wildly at the first pitch from Brady Davis. Torres has punched out twice in this game. Does not want to go for the hat trick here against Brady Davis. And this is now what, the 3rd inning in a row that Marcellus has had a guy in scoring position. Davis has just shut him down. Another great breaking ball right there. Nothing Torres can do with it. 0-2 now the count. As I mentioned, Davis has punched out 9. He's only given up 1 hit. If he continues this trend, he will end up in the all-time record books. The only player to ever complete a no-hitter in the state finals was Mr. Caden Smith several years ago, but that was just a 5-inning game, and so you got a lot of the 7-inning guys with 1 hit in there. Right now, if Brady Davis keeps this up, he could be headed towards that trend. Davis checks that runner out at second, winds and deals. Breaking ball is just going to stay outside this time, but with the way Torres has had trouble with the breaking ball, I don't mind seeing it there again from Brady Davis. The lefty, Davis, gets ready to wind today. He's now at pitch number 81, 82 on the day. So you could have to see Flying Z, Jackson Moore, maybe Brody Collin coming into this game late, but they're now up comfortably to where you'd feel okay about one of those guys going in if you're Sacred Heart. 2-2 now the count. 2 down, runner on second base. Whole lot of 2s out there. Love to Bogwai, Bang, and Bradley, my main man, Aiden Mandel. Davis checks that runner at second. Winds, deals. It's going to be grounded towards third, but it's going to be foul. Sweet hands over at third base there from Christian Hudson, the coach for Marcellus, as he snags that one with the right. Little bare hand grab there. Torres digs back in at the plate. Brady Davis, the lefty, ready to wind and deal once again to see if he can get the punch out here. He would love strikeout number 9 here. This one's going to be a foul tip. It'll get to the backstop. Good at bat here from Torres as he battles. And again, the more you're able to battle with Brady Davis, the more you might be able to see another pitcher out there if you're Marcellus going up against Sacred Heart Academy. But if you're the Irish, you feel really good about the 7-run lead that you've built here. We're in the 5th inning. The Irish lead at 7-0. Brady Davis has only given up 1 hit. Wants the ring up there. He won't get it. Ball 3. It looked right down the middle. Just a bit high on that one for Brady Davis. Looking for punch out number 9 there. Stepping back to the dish is Torres. Great at bat here. Here comes the payoff pitch from Brady Davis. It's going to be grounded towards third. Zion fields it long. Throw over to first. In time for the out. Noah Zion with a couple great plays there in the 5th inning defensively to make it happen for Sacred Heart Academy. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. Another runner left on there for Marcellus. Again, no hits, though. He just got an error, a walk, but then the 5-3 double play. Kind of a fielder's choice, in a way as well, moving that runner up to second. Due up for the Irish in the bottom of the 5th. It's Brody Collin. It's Jackson Moore. It's Maxim Boykin-Lynch. The Irish lead it 7-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're going to take another break and be back with more Irish Championship Baseball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Also, Love the Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, The Bird, All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Wieferich Financial, Woods Household Appliance, Brad and Malley Well Drilling and Malley Construction. When you think about that, Wieferich Financial, Zade Bachelder, baller of the game, pretty much written in stone at this point. Brady Davis. Whoa. What a game this senior has had. Last baseball game in his high school career. Again, he said to play in the high school all-star game, but last time he's playing with this team, and boy, he's got it done. He's walked twice. He scored 2 runs. He hit that 2-run home run, and he's also struck out 8 through 5 and not given up a single run. It's actually going to be a new batter here in this situation. It looks like it's going to be Jack Morrow heading to the plate to hit for Sacred Heart Academy in this situation. Morrow's kind of played all over the place for the Irish this year, wherever they've needed him to be. Played some at second base, played some in the outfield. He's going to take that one for a 1-1 count now. After Morrow, you've got Jackson Moore due up. Moore with a 2 RBI single back in that first inning with 2 outs. It was such a big, big hit right there. Big cut that time from Morrow. Swings through it. The count now 1-2 to Jack Morrow. Say Brody Collin. I don't see him over there warming up with anybody, but he's also a guy you could see coming into pitch, try and close this one out as Morrow's hitting for him. Morrow does put this one in play. A high pop-up. Calling everybody off at shortstop is Hackenberg as he makes the catch. So a pop-out to shortstop there. First out of the bottom of the 5th inning here. Now Jackson Moore coming to the plate. Again, our Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. I've never seen a home run here at Michigan State University. Brady Davis with the bomb. The Brady bomb is going to be our play of the game. But Jackson Moore's 2 RBI single in the first inning. It was just a big deal. There was 2 outs. It looked like, all right, if you're Marcellus, you're gonna give up the lead in the bottom of the first inning, but it's just going to be 2-0. And then Moore comes up, ropes one to left field for a 2 RBI single. Man, that was huge from the freshman. Fouls the first one off. It's 0-1 Freshman steps back in, batting on the right side. Here comes the next pitch from Barrera. It's going to miss high. One down here, bottom of the fifth inning. The Irish lead it in the state championship 7-0. Brady Davis has been dominant on the mound. He has hit a 2-run bomb into the Red Cedar River. This one hit hard towards short. Hackenberg having to back up, but he's able to field it long. Throw over to first. In the dirt, it's going to be an infield single for Jackson Moore. We'll see if they rule that one as an error or a single on the official box score here at McLean Stadium at Michigan State University. But that's going to put a runner on first base in Jackson Moore, and fellow freshman Maxim Boykin Lynch is stepping to the plate. Last time Boykin Lynch was at the plate, he smoked one out to right field with a single. Was driven in on the 2-run. Actually, I think he came around to score before the 2-run home run on a pass ball, pardon me, as I kind of look back at the Spockman box score here. Swings at the first pitch. He's going to foul it off. Might hit the catcher in the hand right there. A lot tougher than I am is Eli Torres at the plate. Takes the glove off, makes sure that hand is good to go as he steps back towards home plate. 0-1 the count to the freshman Maxim Boykin Lynch as he steps back into the batter's box. Again, this freshman class that you got with Sacred Heart. Talked about Moore, talk about Boykin Lynch. You got Lee Martinez as well, too. Channing, Sherlock, you just got a great group of guys. There goes the runner Moore out towards second. He slides in safely. Hackenberg showing his athleticism as he just jumps over Jackson Moore there as he catches that baseball. And kind of had to do that or it would have sailed to the outfield there. And a good job by Hackenberg using his hops. That could have been a nasty collision right there if Hackenberg didn't have such great leaping ability. 0-2 now the count to Maxim Boykin Lynch, but he now has a runner in scoring position at second base. One out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. This one smoked out to left field. The freshmen are coming through for Sacred Heart Academy. 2 for 3 is Mr. Maxim Boykin Lynch after the RBI single. And you've now got a run scored from Jackson Moore, and he's driven in 2 runs. So your freshmen at the bottom of the order are now a combined 4-4-6 in this game. Think about how big of a deal that is. The bottom of the order, as I look over, it's strikeout, ground out, strikeout, walk, strikeout, error, strikeout, walk for Marcellus. When you look at it for the Irish, you've got walk, or you got single, strikeout, walk, single, strikeout, walk, single, single, single. They have been great at the bottom of the order. And now Caleb Stroud coming in to hit for Nico Vasquez in this situation. 1 out. Bottom of the fifth inning. The senior Stroud heading to the dish with a runner at first base after Moore came around to score on the RBI single from Maxim Boykin Lynch. It's now 8-0. Sacred Heart Academy with the lead. Caleb Stroud is potentially the walk-off winning run here in this situation. Doesn't happen often in the state championships, but that's how dominant some of our Mid-Michigan baseball teams have been here in D4, whether it's been Beale City a couple years ago or the Irish here today. They are threatening to win this one via a mercy here in the bottom of the fifth inning as they lead it 8-0. Stroud at the plate. Noah Zion is due up next. Stroud, count 2-0. Here goes the runner. Throw is going to get away from the catcher as he looked to throw it out to second base. A little slipperiness right there. That's precipitation right there, making things difficult for the catcher at home plate as Boykin Lynch steals second base. Again, you got the 2 freshmen here, your 7-8 hitters. They're a combined 4-4-6. 2 runs scored, 3 RBI. This one's taken all the way by Stroud for ball 4. So he will take first base. And so now Caleb Stroud represents the mercy run here for Sacred Heart Academy with Noah Zion coming to the plate. Still just 1 out here at the bottom of the fifth inning. I've got the feeling the Irish got a chance to walk it off here. Stepping the plate is the Flying Z. And 2 more runs here will end this game in the bottom of the fifth inning. Again, you don't see it a lot in high school baseball, but the last state championship game we did, it was Beale City beating Norway 10-0 in 5 innings. And it's kind of a strange thing when that happens. Everybody's kind of like, wait, the game's over? As the Flying Z, Noah Zion steps to the plate. I've covered about 80 games or so with him and Brady Davis over their basketball and baseball careers. How fitting would it be if Noah Zion sent one to the gap here to end this game early in 5 innings? First one is going to miss, 1-0. Tegan Duffy's on deck. The Flying Z digs back in on the right side. Barrera checks that runner at second. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be on the outside corner, 1-1. Tegan Duffy is on deck. He's had an RBI double. He's grounded out to third base, and he's walked. Noah Zion has walked, popped out to the shortstop, and struck out in his 3 plate appearances. Here comes the 1-1 to Zion. That's going to miss high. 2-1 now to Noah Zion. Tegan Duffy on deck. That game-winning run, the Mercy game-ending run, is at first base for Sacred Heart Academy with Zion at the plate. They're up 8-0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Grounder up the middle. Hackenberg can't get there. Boykin Lynch rounding third. He'll come in home to score the 9th run of the game. Moving up to third is going to be the pinch runner for Mr. Caleb Stroud. In running there is Mr. Casey Hutchins. Moving up to second base is the Flying Z after the RBI single, and they threw in home. He's able to move up to second base. The game-winning run is just 90 feet away for Sacred Heart Academy as senior Tegan Duffy heads to the plate with a chance to end it here. Here we go. The Irish looking to walk it off here in 5 innings in our final game of the year. It will be an intentional walk to Tegan Duffy to bring up Brady Davis, and what they want the force out at every play. But I tell you what, Brady Davis is already going to be our Zade Bachelder baller of the game, brought to you by Wieferich Financial. Now he's got a chance for the game-winning RBI. Everything is just kind of lining up a little too perfect here for Brady Davis in this situation. He's reached base all 3 of his plate appearances. He walked in the first inning, came around to score. He walked in the second inning, was stranded there. Hit a 2-run bomb to the Red Cedar River in the 4th inning. Here he comes in the 5th inning with a chance to end it. Oh, yeah. He's also struck out 8 and given up 1 hit on the bump. You talk about a state title Saturday. Mr. Brady Davis is having one right now. Davis steps out, steps back in, knows that runner at third base. And Mr. Hutchins will end this game, and he won't even have to go back out onto the bump. Just have to get ready for the Michigan High School Baseball Coaches Association All-Star game on Monday. He'll take the first pitch. It's over for strike 1. The intentional walk from Tegan Duffy has loaded the bases for Brady Davis. The Irish are up 9-0. If Marcellus gives up one more run here, that's it. The infield is playing in. A high fly ball will win this game for Sacred Heart Academy and Brady Davis. He steps back in on the left side of the batter's box. Here comes the 0-1 from Barrera. It's going to be high. 1-1 now the count. Davis gets ready again here. Davis waves that highlighter-colored bat he just homered with moments ago over the back left shoulder. Here comes the 1-1. It misses to the outside. 2-1. And if you're Barrera right now, you don't want to give this guy a thing to hit, but if you walk him here, that ends the game as well. Davis digs back in on the left side. Here comes the 2-1. Swing and a miss from Davis. 2-2 now the count. Nate Seiler is on deck. And there's still just one out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Marcellus desperately trying to keep their season going. The Irish, a runner at third base that would be the game winner to win a Division IV state championship. This one's a high fly ball. That'll do it. Davis is going to walk it off. The game-winning RBI. Will it be a single? Will it be a double? It doesn't matter because he's got the game winner. 10-0. Sacred Heart Academy wins it as they flood the field just beyond the pitcher's mound and mob Brady Davis because the senior had the game of his life in the state championship. He goes 2 for 2 with a 2-run home run, the game-winning RBI. His other 2 plate appearances, he walks, scores 1 run, and I'll say it again, oh yeah, he struck out 8 through 5, only gave up 1 hit. Your Sacred Heart Academy Irish are the 2026 Division IV state champions after besting Marcellus 10-0 in a 5-inning mercy. What a performance from the Irish all the way around. But as we head to our Bird All-American Grill postgame show, we're going to be talking an awfully lot about the senior lefty, Mr. Brady Davis. Back with our Bird All-American Grill postgame show to put a bow on this one right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Wieferich Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Wieferich Financial. Wieferich Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WieFrichFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Wieferich Financial, member SIPC. Martinez Painting, Central Michigan's trusted painting professionals. They specialize in both interior and exterior jobs for your home and business. No matter how big or how small the job, they transform any space with quality and precision. Learn more by visiting Martinez Painting on Facebook today or give them a call at 989-317-5536. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. To make your next event bigger and brighter, stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Imagine a home that reflects your style. With WW Construction, that dream will become a reality. As a trusted Mid-Michigan builder, WW Construction specializes in builds and remodels that turn ordinary spaces into extraordinary ones. Join the growing family of homeowners who trust WW Construction for quality and craftsmanship. Call WW Construction today at 989-621-2722 to make your dreams a reality.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome on into our Bird All-American Grill postgame show here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And wanted to zoom in on things on the field, but that's right, trophy presentation. They've got to head over to the soccer field for it, and so we'll close things out here. We'll head over there, do a little bit more Bird All-American Grill postgame show, but holy moly, what a game this was. Your Sacred Heart Academy Irish victorious 10-0, winning it in a 5-inning mercy over Marcellus. Very similar to what we saw several years ago with Beale City winning it in 5 innings versus Norway. Just when you get those mid-Michigan powerhouse baseball, softball teams that we've got, especially in these smaller divisions, and they get here to the state finals, sometimes they are just overwhelming to other teams. We saw that with the Beale lineup a few years ago against Norway, and we saw that here again today with Marcellus. Again, Marcellus throwing their big-time ace, Cale Hackenberg, in the state semifinals. You could tell they just didn't have that second pitcher like the Irish do with Gator Seiler and Brady Davis, and that's how state championships are won. Wilson, Smith a few years ago, Seiler, Davis running the table here in the playoffs for Sacred Heart Academy. Our Zade Bachelder Baller of the Game brought to you by Wieferich Financial. Our Bill's Custom Fab Fabrication of the Game brought to you by Bill's Custom Fab. Our Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the Game brought to you by Weber Brothers Sawmill. Our Mumford Oil and Gas Supply Driller of the Game. Yeah, all the accolades in the state championship going to the senior Brady Davis. On the mound. Again, this is a state championship contender in Marcellus. He gave up 1 hit. He struck out 8 through 5. And I don't know what's better, what he did on the mound or what he did at the dish? Yeah, it's what he did at the dish. He walked 2 times. He scored 2 runs. He had 3 RBI, and he had the first ever home run that I have seen here at McLean Stadium on the campus of Michigan State University in all the years I've been covering high school baseball down here. Even in other games, Division I, Division II games that I've just been watching here, taking in, I have still never seen a bomb like that here at McLean Stadium at Michigan State University. Brady Davis going to play college baseball somewhere next year. I hope somebody was here watching because he's a two-way player. You want him on the mound. You want him playing first base with that bat. Oh, my goodness. The Irish win it 10-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And again, a little bit, we'll have more Bird All-America Girl post-game show as we catch up with the champion Irish as they get their trophy. But we're going to send out to one more break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network to hear from our sponsors. When we come back, we're not just going to put a bow on this game. We're going to put a bow on this unbelievable year that we've had. Back with more action right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Mike Stanton, and I'm honored to represent the Marilyn Chapman Memorial Fund, created to honor Marilyn's legacy of generosity, compassion, and commitment to our community. At its core, our mission is simple: to support our youth, remove barriers, and create opportunities for kids to grow, compete, and succeed, both in their community and in the game of life. We are incredibly excited to support the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. They do an outstanding job highlighting student athletes, local schools, and the power of teamwork, shining a light on the hard work and dedication that is often overlooked. This partnership allows us to celebrate not just wins on the field, but character and leadership along the way. At the end of the day, it's about investing in our youth, strengthening our communities, and carrying forward Maryland's spirit of giving. To learn more about the Marilyn Chapman Memorial Fund and the events we support, find us on Facebook by searching Marilyn Chapman Memorial Fund. Go Blue Jays.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582. Malley Construction in Mount Pleasant are experts in residential and commercial construction. From poured walls, flat work, pipe work, and road work, Malley Construction does it all. And they are Michigan Department of Transportation pre-qualified. Malley Construction is family-owned and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at The Diner. Join them every Friday night for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant. Hiring a cleaning service doesn't mean you're lazy. Martinez Cleaning knows it means you value your time and want to come home and relax and not worry about the mess. Martinez Cleaning allows you to do just that. Come home and relax to a nice clean home. Schedule your appointment and learn more by visiting Martinez Cleaning on Facebook or call today at 989-289-8615.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Well, welcome back to it. More love to Rebecca Martinez at Martinez Cleaning. She got 5 boys. If you need some cleaning done out there, she knows how to get it done. Again, you think your place is bad, I'll say it again. She's got 5 boys, so she knows how to get things clean. Welcome back inside our Barbary Law Studios, built by Conwinski Construction one more time. Again, Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman Associates, Mount Pleasant Automotive. E&S Graphics, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Konwinski Construction, Blocko Pools of Spas, and J&J Auto. And then those logos you see on the screen. Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Woods Household Appliance, a Wieferich Financial sponsor, the Zade Bachelder Baller of the Game. Whew, Brady Davis, what a day, son. Also love Clark Modular Homes, the Bird All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, fabrication of the game, that 2-run bomb from Brady Davis, and also love the Gates Drilling and Service and the aforementioned Barbary Law. What a year it was. Said game 112. I believe that I have broadcasted that live this year. Add in a couple more, Joe Marciano, Brady Edwards, and Jason Bubba McLean, and at another dozen or so sporting events, right around 120, 130 sporting events that we have been able to cover this year on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And the good news, we ain't going anywhere. Things are only going to get bigger and better next year. One thing we could be looking at next year is multiple playoff broadcasts for football, maybe splitting things on Facebook and YouTube, maybe even just starting a second Facebook page, a second YouTube channel just for live game broadcasts. But what a year it was here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We had the Mount Pleasant Oiler boys going all the way to the state football finals before falling in the state championship at Ford Field. We had the Beale City Aggie boys basketball team going all the way to the state quarterfinals before falling to a really, really strong Menominee team. I think it was the regional finals, the quarterfinals for the Sacred Heart Academy girls as well before they fell to Onekama. And then, boy, another great baseball run. I'll say it again. I've been doing this for about 12 years now or so. This is the 5th baseball state championship that I've seen. We are the premier area for baseball in mid-Michigan. There is no doubt about it. Our final, 10-0, Sacred Heart Academy walks it off in 5 innings. Brady Davis with the day of his life. Going 2 for 2 at the plate, also walking twice, scoring 2 runs, driving in 3 with that 2-run bomb. Well, drove in another one too, but drove in 3 runs altogether. And then on the bump, 8 strikeouts, just giving up 1 hit to state finalist Marcellus team. The Irish, state champions, 10-0 over Marcellus. Keep it up to date on Facebook. We'll be back on Facebook here in just a little bit. Head down and try and talk with some of the guys. I'm sure they're going to have a few more things to say after this game. Chris Bachman signing off for now on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Your Irish Division